I don't think anybody will ever buy the base Golf R ever again. Hello and welcome back to the Volks Wizard channel, and welcome back to the Volks Wizard kitchen. Today's video follows on from last week's video where we looked at the spec and options available on the new 8.5 generation Golf GTI and GTI Clubsport, which are now available to order here in the UK. This time though, we're going to look at the Golf R and the Golf R Black Edition, which joins the range for the very first time with this generation of Golf. There are some very interesting ways these cars have been priced for the UK market, to the point that I don't think anybody will ever order a base Golf R ever again. To find out why, stay tuned. Before we get started, I just want to remind you guys how you can support the channel. As ever, the easiest way to do that is simply to subscribe. But another way which can benefit you as well as me is to sell me your performance Volkswagen Group vehicle. I'm still buying for a very reputable dealer who can sell cars for good money, and that means we can pay good money for the best cars. We're currently looking for cars up to 5 years old with a full service history, completely unmodified, average mileage or below, and in really, really good condition. If you've got something like that, then get in touch with me directly by email, andrew@volkswizard.co.uk. Okay, firstly, I want to talk about the pricing of the Golf Rs, but before we do that, I just want to say big thanks to everybody who commented on the GTI and GTI Clubsport spec and options video. Clearly, you guys are out there getting deals on these cars, and you know what really has to be paid for these cars compared to the RRP better than I do, so thanks for that. Whether it's a lease deal, a PCP deal, or a cash discount, there seem to be some amazing deals to be had. I haven't seen anything particularly tempting on the R, but there is a good 10% off those, at least I think, if you shop around. Is the R worth paying the extra for over the Clubsport? Well, it's £1,740 more, and that gives you 33 more horsepower, 333 versus 300. The 0 to 62 time comes down by a whole second, 4.6 versus 5.6. That's not really to do with the extra power over the Clubsport, that's really to do with the four-wheel drive system. So if you want four-wheel drive, say you live in the Highlands of Scotland, then it's got to be the R. It would seem like good value just to pay that bit more for that. What else do you really get though? Well, not an awful lot. Same brakes, same sort of spec interior. You do get mirror housings in matte chrome if that's what floats your boat. So what does the 1,250 on top of the R's base price get you with the Black Edition? I don't think anybody will ever buy the base Golf R ever again now that we have the Black Edition, because it doesn't take a boffin to work out that 1,250 extra to get you not just the black trim but also the performance pack, which is a £2,000 option on the base car, is a bargain. I think maybe they've got this wrong. If they have, well, take advantage of it while you can. The reason I don't think this is right, because something is wrong definitely somewhere. They're trying to charge you 1,280 for just a bit of black styling on the GTI, literally just a few trim bits in black. On the Black Edition, they charge you 30 quid less. They give you the black styling, and they give you the most important option on the R. You can get performance packs, so you get the 19-inch Estoril wheels, you get the big spoiler, which makes the car look brilliant. You also get the drift mode and the special mode, the Nürburgring mode, and you get the manual shifting, proper fully manual mode, with the DSG automatic gearbox, which you don't get on any other car. You don't get it on the Clubsport even. So that is a bit of a bargain. Anyway, we'll start looking at the standard spec of the R, and then we'll move on to the Black Edition, even though nobody in their right mind will ever buy the base R again. So compared to the 8, the things I've seen that you get as standard now you didn't get before are heated front seats, which is great, and they're easier to use now as well with the new infotainment system. They're a bit of a fiddle on the 8s. On the 8.5, it's a lot easier. You get the rear view camera, which is always nice to have. You get the illuminated VW badge, which you might like. And you do get IDA voice assistance with ChatGPT.
I want to eat butter chicken.
There are multiple search results.
Now let's have a look at the options you can order on your base Golf R, starting with the colour. As before, we've just got 3 colours to choose from. Once again, pure white is the free standard colour. We've also got, as before, as we've had for the past 10 years, lapis blue for £885. And we have a new black called Grenadilla Black Metallic for £730. I've not seen that in the metal. I'd love to know how it differs from the previous one, which I think was deep black. Lapis blue and pure white are also available with a black roof for £505. Now onto the wheels. We've got 5 styles to choose from, including the Jerez wheel, which is the free standard wheel carried over from the Mk8. Also carried over are the Estorils, available in diamond cut and black for £1,350, in plain black for just £680. And we've got the new Warmenau wheel, not Warmenau, I've been reliably informed, in plain black £1,095, and diamond cut with grey paint £1,095. Again, that's a forged wheel, and it's such a pretty wheel. I'd have to order that even on the black edition, which we'll talk about shortly. Next then, let's have a look at the interior. Well, I'm sure there's a leather option, but it's not on this screen. So it's the same interior carried over, which I'm really disappointed about because it looks way too close to the one of the R line, which some people might think looks better because it's not got all this garish blue on it. Okay, on to the options then. Comfort and convenience. Sunroof, £1,220. Winter package is £475, and it gives you purely heated rear seats. And that seems to be available with cloth or leather, which wasn't the case with the GTI. Driver's assistance gets you adaptive chassis control, £720. I'm very disappointed that this is not standard on the R, because the press release from earlier in the summer said in Germany the R was not only cheaper, but it came with dynamic chassis control as standard. And that's more important than you might think, because it means that if you do order the performance pack and you get ring mode, well, then you get ring mode, because without DCC, ring mode ain't ring mode, whatever they tell you. Anyway, £720 gets you that. And then adaptive cruise control, that's been standard for ages. Area view, so the new bird's eye view camera system, £325, which is an upgrade from the rear view camera, which is standard. Driver assistance package with all that stuff you hate is standard. You can have a trailer hitch for your R for £765, head-up display £580, Park Assist Plus with parking distance control £210, and the R Performance package £1,915, so about £700 more than just buying the black edition, which comes with this as standard. Okay, on to exterior options. The only one here is a biggie, £3,315. Gets you the R Performance Akrapovic exhaust system. It's a lot of money, really, and the exhaust systems sound pretty good as standard. Yeah, the Akrapovic is distinctive in its tone outside, but inside, there's not a lot of difference. Again, as with the GTI, there's only one navigation system, infotainment screen size. It's the Discover navigation system with a 12.9-inch screen. As with the GTI, you can have the Harman Kardon sound system for £600. Right, interior. You can have carbon now, I think for the first time on the base R, £790. I saw it on the R20 years. I didn't really think it was very convincing, so I personally wouldn't pay that. Optional interior upholstery. Well, I hate the interior so much that I would probably be tempted with this more in the R than in the GTI. £2,415, and I probably didn't go into as much detail about this on the GTI as I could have done, because these are heated and cooled seats, which sounds pretty cool, but you don't have a massage function. You get the leatherette in the door card, but then you would do anyway, I think, a standard anyway, with a standard interior. Heated front seats, standard anyway. Perforated leather on the inserts, our logo on the front. Power seat adjustment just for the driver, and power lumbar just for the driver, which I think is just so penny pinching, and that's expensive. Remember, that's an upgrade to the existing seats. It's not like there's no seats in the car and you have to pay £2,500 for them. So I don't know, it's when this sort of stuff happens, it's what puts me off buying an R, because I hate the standard interior, but I just don't think that's value for money. Okay, safety and security, curtain airbags in the front and rear, and a centre airbag, £310. If you're going to use drift mode, probably worth going for that. I thought somewhere along the line there'd be the ability to spec a space saver spare wheel, but I can't see that anymore. Okay, let's stop wasting time then and go on to the car that you really want, the R Black Edition. And I might really want it as well by the end of this video. Okay, let's have a look at what the Golf R Black Edition gets as standard that the Golf R base model misses out on. These can be divided into two sections. Firstly, we have the black styling, and then we have the performance pack ingredients, which we'll talk about next. So, Black Edition means darkened headlights, darkened badges, so front and rear, and even the wheel caps. You have black exhaust tips, and you have dark wheels, so black wheels, in this case the S-drills, but they're part of the performance pack we'll talk about later. You get black mirror casings, and the brake calipers are black, and the R logo on them is not white, it's a grey as well, so it's super subtle. And I think you lose the blue as well on the headlights. So it's quite black, but the good news is you can order it in white or lapis blue as well. Okay, on to the performance pack then, which again is standard with the R Black Edition. So speed limiter raised from 250 clicks to 270. You get the bigger spoiler, you get 19-inch wheels, in this case Estoril blacks, you get the special and the drift mode, and you get manual shifting as well. That's pretty good, but it's missing one important part of the spec, which we'll have a look at. Now we'll look at the options on the Black Edition. Okay, so as with the base Golf R, we've got the same three colours, pure white, lapis blue and black, the latter two attracting a premium. Weirdly, you can only have the two-tone paint with lapis blue, not pure white on this car. And we've got fewer wheels to choose from. So we've got the black Estorils as standard, but you can also pay extra for the Varmanau wheels, £1,095 extra. Let's now have a look at the interior, and disappointingly, even though the Black Edition is very black, the interior is just the standard Golf R interior with all that blue. So yeah, not so good, but you can pay extra for the leather, of course. Options wise, it's going to be pretty similar to what we had on the base Golf R. Comfort and convenience then, so tilt and slide panoramic sunroof, same 1,220. Winter package again, which gives you heated rear seats for 475. Under driver's assistance, we have adaptive chassis controls, 720. So to make that car perfect, you would need to spec that. Adaptive cruise control standard, area view 325, driver assistance package standard, trailer hitch on your Black Edition, 765 if you want it, head-up display 580, and then park assist plus with park distance control 210. Exterior, again, you can pay $3,315 for the Akrapovic. Inside, the same options as the base car, just really the Harman Kardon sound system for 600 quid. Interior-wise, you can have the carbon for 790 if you want, and you can pay 2,415 again for the Napa leather. Safety and security, again, the airbags, and that is it. So options-wise, it's there or thereabouts the same as the base R, but the underlying value for money of the Black Edition is far, far superior. How would I spec mine? Well, it's going to be the Black Edition because there's no way I'll be buying the base car. So it's really easy. I would go for lapis blue. I'm not sure I'd go for a black roof. I would go for the Warmanau wheels in a diamond cut. I know, controversial. Not only are they not black, they're grey, and they're also diamond cut, but I think it just looks really nice without looking too gangster. If money was no objects, I would go for the leather because I hate that interior. I'd probably go for the sunroof as well. I'd go for the area view. I'd go for the Harman Kardon sound system, and of course, dynamic chassis control. I think that would be a real broad package of a car there. It's a bit luxury, it's a bit sporty, it's four-wheel drive, so you can drive it in winter if you just put some winter tyres on it. Yeah, it's a lot of car. I mean, it's a lot of money. Yeah, well over 50k. Still have no invites to either of the two events in Europe this month and in the UK next month, but hopefully, fingers crossed, and with your support, guys, as ever, maybe these invitations will be forthcoming. I can share with you my opinions on these really appealing cars. Well, the Golf R Black Edition and the Clubsport, and actually the 265 GTR, not so much the base R. As ever, guys, thank you for watching this Volkswagen video. Keep subscribing, keep commenting, and I'll see you for the next one very soon.